ISO 9001-2015 talks about identifying and addressing risk and opportunities. It talks about risk and opportunity analysis. In this video, we're discussing how to apply risk and opportunity analysis to the context of the organisation under the quality management system. So as we go through ISO 9001-2015 clause by clause, we're looking at what are the risks, what are the opportunities for the organisation, and then we start to map those through as we do a process identification and process evaluation. We'll show you some examples in this video of how to identify risks and opportunities. We'll take you through a Google search and we'll show you how to go about the step-by-step process of identifying risks, identifying opportunities, assessing them, and then applying them to your organisation. Thanks for joining us here at Best Practice TV. I'm the CEO, Kobe, and I'm going to take you through some information around how to identify and analyse risks and opportunities in the context of ISO 9001-2015. It's just really simple. We're just going to sit here. I've got the standard. Today I was going to take the opportunity to reread the standard. I try to have it close at hand at all times. So this is ISO 9001-2015, and today we're talking about clause 6.1 in planning, and that's been the part of the standard that a lot of people have been struggling with, and so they've hit us with a bunch of questions. So I'm just going to give you a few tricks and tips very quickly to go through and have a look around and see what's on the internet around that. Obviously the first thing to do is to know your organisation. So there are lots of people that sort of sit at their desk as I am right now and maybe forget about the context of the organisation that they're in. So it is important to have a walk around your organisation, maybe engage with some of the key stakeholders in the different parts of the business. So if the business or the scope that you're looking at with your ISO 9001-2015 quality management system is just specific to where you are geographically, or if it's your whole business, it is important to engage, and that could be just basic conversations to sit back and have a chat about your organisation. So let's have a look at the standard. First things first, we're looking at 6.1. So let's quickly talk about 6.1. What the standard says is when planning for the quality management system, the organisation shall consider the issues referred to in 4.1, which is the context of the organisation, and the requirements referred to in 4.2, which is any external requirements of customers, stakeholders, anyone involved in the business, and determine the risks and opportunities that need to be addressed to give assurance that the quality management system can achieve its intended result, enhance desirable effects, prevent and reduce undesired effects, achieve improvement. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to jump on here. I've got our best practice website open there for you. So we're talking about ISO 9001. We're talking about AS 4801, which is an Australian standard that applies in this particular country here. There's a new standard coming out next year, which is ISO 45001, Occupational Health and Safety Management System. There's the Environmental Management System standard there, ISO 14001. And there's obviously two other ISO standards, 27001 and ISO 22000. Now, all of those standards take the approach that was presented in ISO 31000, which was a risk management, this is a generic standard, ISO 31000, and they take a risk management approach. So first things first, I wanted to just give you some quick tips and tricks in terms of how to understand a risk management process flow. So we'll just do a quick Google search. I've got Google open here. There we go. So we've got risk management process flow. What Google's showing us is that, yes, this has been searched before, and so I'm just going to hit enter. Now, I'm not interested in all of the results that Google gives me here. I want to give you a quick tip and trick. Let's jump across and have a look at the images. So over here we've got images. We've got all of the Google results that were given to us from that search, and over here we've got an images result. Now, the one thing I just want to talk to you quickly about Google. Google is a living and breathing organism now in terms of search results. Your search results will continue to evolve, and they can evolve over a 24-hour period. So don't just expect that you've done that Google search before 12 months ago that your results will be the same. They will be very, very different, and they change daily as millions and millions of people around the world are updating their information on their websites and blogs and social media pages. So what we've been presented with or served with, as Google talks using Google language, Google have served us a search result. Now what we've got is a whole bunch of categories. in these green boxes across the top of images. Now I've clicked on the images tab, a whole bunch of images. We've got incident management, flowchart, credit, assessment, PMBOK, whatever that means, diagram, chart, project, procedure, flow diagram, flowchart, plan, ISO template, example, overview. So if you're specifically embarking on your journey of risk identification around ISO 9001, 2015, anything there. Now I didn't prepare this. This is just a search that Google has presented me with. I'm going to go through, because I'm interested today in procedure and flow diagram. You might be building your management system, so I'm going to click on flow diagram, and that's going to recategorize all of the results that I want in terms of giving you a generic statement. So if you're building a flow chart, if you're writing your process and procedure for your organization, there are a whole bunch of examples. We can click on any of those, and it will, we can enlarge them and we can see what has been put forward. Here's a really clear one. I'm going to click on this one over here. That's just an example. There's no shout outs here. There's no products being placed. It's just a risk management plan. It's got risk analysis, risk evaluation, risk acceptance, risk mitigation control, and ongoing evaluation. So what it's basically saying is that once you've identified that thing, are you okay with it? Or does it need to be managed? And when we talk about controls here, we go through here and we say we estimate the cost of mitigation versus non-mitigation, and that's all about control. That's in another video. Today's exercise is just to talk about what the risk management process is. So risk analysis and risk evaluation is an interesting subject. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back to Google, and this is where we can start to look and we can be industry specific. And this is a great way, if you don't know a huge amount about the organisation or the industry that you're in, this is a great way to do a quick Google search, and it will tell you, the top 10 quality risks in a particular industry. So Google is incredible. It's a fantastic tool. I'm not supported or sponsored or any way related to Google. It's just a tool that I use on a day-to-day basis to learn. I carry my smartphone around in my pocket and I'm using it on an ongoing basis. Now, we're all human beings, we're on one planet, and a lot of this stuff has been done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of times before you, so don't reinvent the wheel. So let's pick an industry. I'm going to pick manufacturing, and I'm going to pick something that we all use, which could be, let's talk about notebooks. I've got a notebook here. I'm just thinking about ideas. A notebook right here in front of me. We're all using some form of PC. I'm going to talk about the top 10 quality issues in notebook manufacturing. Now, I haven't done this search before, so this is a bit of a test, and it's live right here in this video. There we go. We've been given quality control in manufacturing, graphics. It's quite an intensive search, so it's looking for something very specific. This startup thinks it knows what makes a perfect paper notebook. So let's call it laptop. Let's change it. We didn't get a great result there in the first 5. Let's call it laptop. Top 10 quality issues. Computer makers ranked. How to pick a great laptop. Lifehacker, so they're putting some commentary. I look through, I don't click on something straight away. I look through this first paragraph of text, and this is the results of good quality SEO, so search engine optimization. So these people, they might be just putting stuff on the internet because they want to, or it might be around, just accidentally this information's come up there. Here's an interesting website. Which laptop brands are reliable, which are not. Now, if you're a notebook or a laptop manufacturer and you've just done this search, this is going to give you the risks to start to look at. So it's giving you some insight, just sitting at a desktop, giving some insight into your industry. They're probably things that you will already know. They're things that can come out of conversations as you move around the organization. But very simply, they're going to give you a head start on the community and the customer's angle. So there's lots of people on blogs and websites providing comments and those sorts of things. We need to do a stakeholder analysis. And while there might be very, very important technical things that exist in your business, a quality management system is about great quality, and great quality is about customer expectations. And so we're going out to the marketplace and we're saying, what does the marketplace think are the top 10 issues? And we're getting a bit of a trend. So I look at this black text in the Google search. I look at what's going on through here, and then I will look at what's going on through here. So we can see the website, lifehacker.com, we can see digitaltrends.com, we can see Lifehacker, we can see laptopmag.com. So what I'm seeing is that the community are commenting, and the community in this instance, your stakeholder analysis that's in 4.1 and 4.2 of ISO 9001 are giving you a good insight into what certainly the social media and the internet thinks is very important. So if you're a laptop manufacturer, there's the inside scoop on what you should be focusing on in your risk analysis in the context of 6.1 of ISO 9001. So let's talk about something else. I'll give you another industry example. We've recently had some hydraulics manufacturers contacting us here at Best Practice to ask for some process videos. So I'm going to put top 10 quality issues for pipe manufacturers. And I can't spell, so Google's going to correct my spelling and give me a better quality search. There it is. And we've got some interesting results there. The US Industrial Outlook, we've got a plastic pipe manufacturer, we've got a pipe manufacturing association, we've got tobacco pipes, so maybe I need to be more specific about the type of pipe because I'm not looking for tobacco pipes, I'm thinking more about metal pipe. And there's also the difference between pipe and tube and all those sorts of things. So there's lots of obviously examples. So we've got steel tube and pipe manufacturing process. Fantastic. Let's have a look at images. I think it's always interesting to see what's going on in an images search. We obviously get lots of pipe. Is anyone showing us faults? Possibly. We're seeing lots of great quality products, extrusions. It's giving me lots of ideas of things to look for. Some graphs, different types of pipes, bends. And we could talk about, we could throw another keyword in there, faults, just to get a more specific search. There we go, we can start to see some faults. So what about a service-based industry? What about quality, top 10 quality issues? Let's talk about top 10 quality. Let's make it more specific. Risks for call centers. So let's go again, we're on images. Let's have a look at the all search. And this is for those organisations, if you've got a call centre in your organisation, worth having a look at. Top 10 call centre problems. Boom, there we go. So I don't click into the first thing that jumps out at me. I look again at the black text in the thread and I say, in both instances, call centres run the risk of agents losing something, blah, blah, blah. It might be their temper. Work-related musculoskeletal disorders, so there's some OH&S issues with call centres. Top 6 call centre quality assurance best practices. That looks good. I like it when people say best practice. So call centre quality assurance is a direct return on investment. So really interesting. Let's have a look at what the top 6 call centre quality assurance best practices are. Here we go. What are they saying here? Let's look for the 6. I'm going to skim down there. 1, turn raw data into measurable results. 2, make ongoing feedback a habit. Use data results to coach. Practice problem up and outside in management. Defining the right metrics. Copy, paste, repeat. Fantastic. So thank you very much. It looks like they've got a great newsletter and that's part of their lead generation exercise. So there you go. Really simple tip and trick around establishing and starting your risk identification and opportunities identification exercise. So I think if you've got a call centre in your organisation, finding that search, which is top 6 call centre quality assurance best practices, and finding that site, there's 6 things that you guys can start as opportunities for your call centre risk register in your organisation. So working through your process of your organisation, the process flowchart, look at your inputs, look at your outputs, and then do some searching. You're going to get a lot of great ideas from mistakes that other people have made out in the marketplace before you make them. So they're my top tips. Just a short little video for you on how I go about starting to investigate different risks for different industries. This is how I learn. This is how I've learned so much about lots and lots of different industries, what the problems are, and it's a really quick, fast way. We've got ourselves set up and we can sit there and we can then start to drop those things down into a risk register. In the next video, we'll talk about risk registers. So I'll go back to Google. Let's do it quickly now for you. And I'll talk about quality risk register. What do they look like? A lot of people have asked me what they look like. Here we are. Let's click the images button again. So here's lots of results, search results. If people sell templates, they'll have SEO in their website designed to give a good high-level result. So I like to go across the images because a lot of organisations don't do a lot of good quality SEO with their images, so the internet's going to give you a more honest response. Look at that, fantastic. Look at all those risk registers. So if you don't know what a risk register looks like, there's a screen there full of risk registers, which I think is fantastic. We've got risk management, lots of great stuff there, stakeholders, safety, risks, software development, improvement. So if you have a particular industry, insert your industry. So service, industry, as an example, quality risk register, and hit the images search. There we go. So lots of people putting great stuff up on the internet, and again, looking through 12 of those, not just 1 or 2 or 3. Please look at maybe 12. It's going to give you a much more in-depth analysis yourself personally. You'll feel more confident about what good ones and bad ones look like. So don't just pick 1 or 2 or 3. If you pick 3, you potentially pick 3 bad ones. So picking 12, you're going to get more of a trend around what you like and don't like about those registers, how to format them, how to set them up. I could give you a template. I've got thousands of templates, but I could give you a template that I like, but it might not be suitable for you. So what I wanted to teach you today was how to go about looking for ideas to establish something that is simple, effective, and delivers what you need from your quality management system. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us here at Best Practice TV. This has been our video on ISO 9001-2015 quality management systems, opportunities and risks, identification and analysis, and just some top tips and tricks on how to get started. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you like the video right here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. If you've got questions, or if you want a video, or you want some insights into something that's more specific for your industry, comment below in the comments box just below this video. And Jack and I will watch and have a look at what the comments say, and we'll do what we can to help you. Lots of great stuff happening on the Best Practice Facebook page. More importantly, if you're on LinkedIn, because this is part of your professional career, find me. My name's Kobe Simmet, at Kobe Simmet on LinkedIn. Hit the follow button so you get all of my daily updates and videos on LinkedIn. And have a look. We obviously work for Best Practice, so have a look at the Best Practice Certification Company LinkedIn page and hit follow over there too, so you get everything from the great team here at Best Practice. If you want more training and you want some help, lots of great online, short, simple, online training courses here at the Best Practice Training Academy. So click across to Best Practice Education and have a look at our website. We'll put the link in the comments below so you can check out the great online courses we've got. We'll see you soon right here next time on Best Practice TV. Bye for now.